Trent Bradshaw, Bradshaw Financial Planning, and thank you for joining us for Mind Your Money. Wanted to bring you a market update. Today is September 24th, 2020. Before we jump into the agenda, make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel so we can, again, bring you these updates on a consistent basis. Also join our social media channels. You'll see a variety of those sliding across the screen here. Take a look at it. Love to bring those updates to you on a consistent basis. All right, the agenda. First, we're going to talk about employment. We had new numbers to come out this morning. Let's take a look. Secondly, the market. Let's just look at the market for the month of September. Actually been the second worst month that we've seen in regards to performance since March. Last, let's talk about the Fed. What do we need the Fed to do? What does the Fed need to do going forward in order to move the economy, potentially move the market? Let's jump in and talk about employment. This morning, the employment numbers came out. Again, we lost an additional 870,000 jobs. That continues the trend that we've been seeing. We've been around this 800,000 number to 900,000 number for a couple weeks in a row here. Again, it continues to mount since everything started back in the March timeframe. It's definitely something we're going to have to continue to monitor. Congress is on it. They understand what's occurring. They are trying to slow that trend, and we'll see what happens as we move forward. All right, let's talk about the market. If we look at the market and look at these indexes that we normally follow, and you look at the September performance, you've got to go all the way back to March to find a time frame that's just as challenging compared to what we've got this month. It has been a very, very difficult market. You'll look at the NASDAQ. NASDAQ's down roughly about 11%. Dow's down about 6.5% month to date. S&P down 8.5%. And you'll see these numbers highlighted to the left here. Again, tough month. We got to see the Fed or Congress step in with additional stimulus, hopefully with additional liquidity. I think that will correct things and move the market into positive directions as we move forward. Well, that leads us over into the Fed. Let's talk about the Fed. The Fed actually spoke in front of Congress this week, gave an update on the economy, gave an update on what they're planning on doing. But let's take a small step back and listen to what Jerome Powell has to say.
Since the beginning of the pandemic, we have taken forceful actions to provide some relief and stability, to ensure that the recovery will be as strong as possible, and to limit lasting damage to the economy. As we have emphasized throughout the pandemic, the outlook for the economy is extraordinarily uncertain and will depend in large part on our success in keeping the virus in check. The path forward will also depend on the policy actions taken across all parts of the government to provide relief and to support the recovery for as long as needed. The Federal Reserve's response to this crisis has been guided by our mandate to promote maximum employment and stable prices for the American people, along with our responsibilities to promote the stability of the financial system. We remain committed to using our full range of tools to support the economy in this challenging time.
So as you can see from Jerome Powell's comments, he does believe additional stimulus and additional Fed support is going to be needed in order to move the economy and the market going forward. So let's jump right into the chart. Just like the Fed said, I think we're going to have some liquidity. Whether it be additional stimulus, whether it be Fed intervention. But you can see from this chart, there's a direct correlation of the amount of liquidity the Fed's pouring into the market and what the market's done since the March timeframe, especially on the rebound. You'll see a ton of liquidity on a daily basis was coming into the market. Ultimately, what we ended up seeing was roughly about $3 trillion that pooled into the market during that time frame. But as you'll see, as of July 1st this year to where we are now, there's been none. So the Fed pretty much stopped the liquidity printing and of that money and throwing it into the market. And I think the market continued to rally during the July-August timeframe based on all the monies that were poured in prior to that. But the fact that we've had no liquidity going in over the last 2 months, now we're seeing this volatility kick back in here in September. The Fed coming in and maybe pumping in some additional liquidity is going to be needed to continue to move us forward. So keep an eye on that. We'll bring you updates in regards to it. This is Trent Bradshaw with Bradshaw Financial Planning and Mind Your Money. Let us know if you have any questions. Hope you have a wonderful week. Look forward to speaking with you soon.